Hello, HQTs. Are you feeling great on this Good Friday? Of course you are. It's time to kick back, eat some hot cross buns, and be glad for the bank holiday weekend. The bank's closed, schools are closed, your office is closed. But as always, the trivia is wide open. Can't stop, won't stop. I'm Sharon Carpenter, your question whisperer, and this, of course, is HQ Trivia, the game where all that learning gets turned to sterling. Here's how you play. I'm going to ask you a series of questions ranging from easy to hard. You have 10 seconds to tap the answer. If you get it correct, you move on. Answer all 12 right and you win, or you split the moolah. And today's prize is a so good, it's great, £550. That will put some bank in your bank holiday, all right? Fill your cupboards and your belly with those buns for good luck. Or make the most of this 4-day weekend with a little trip somewhere. But you've got to bank it before you spank it. So let's get this show on the road with Q1. A person who takes an opposing view for the sake of argument is called what? Angel's avocado. Steve, devil's advocate. Takes an opposing view just to be argumentative. What's it called? Steve may drive us all mad by doing this every damn time, but it seems he's just playing devil's advocate. That's your answer right there on Q1. 46,335 of you making angelic moves. Devil's advocate used to be an official position within the Catholic Church, so if Steve hops in a time machine, he could make a career out of it. HQTs, this weekend we have our biggest game yet. During our Sunday Roast edition at 3 p.m, we are going to be giving away a whopping £8,000. You heard right. 8 G's. £8,000. Invite your friends for all those extra lives and extra chances to win. Do not miss out on the big cash this Sunday. All right, back to the questions. Which of the following do trees release when they use energy from sunlight? Hip-hop albums, helium, oxygen. Hip-hop albums, helium, or oxygen the trees release? Trees have yet to release any hip-hop albums, but then again, our weather might be to blame for that. Vital to staying alive is oxygen, of course. They release oxygen. 45,446 of you can breathe easy for about 5 seconds. Trees use energy to turn carbon dioxide into oxygen, while we use helium to turn ourselves into Joe Pasquale. Shout out to the Noah brothers, to Shane Jamani, to Stephen John Chambers. Hello to Jay, Will, Simon, Neil, and Charlotte, who are playing right now. Uncle Max, happy birthday to you. And hi to Bruce Goldberg. Good luck to all of you players in the game. Let's get on to Q3. In 2011, which member of the Queen's family reportedly took part in antics in a dwarf throwing club? Her husband, her daughter, her grandson-in-law. Antics in a dwarf throwing club. You heard right. It sounds right up his street, but it wasn't the Duke of Edinburgh this time, out embarrassing his new granddad. It was the Queen's grandson-in-law. That's who it was. 30,680 of you are making me proud. England rugby player and royal bad boy Mike Tyndall was photographed in the club during the 2011 World Cup, if you remember that. Q4, which of these books was the first novel in America to sell 1 million copies? A Farewell to Arms, Uncle Tom's Cabin, The Great Gatsby, to reach the 1 million mark. It may be Hemingway's best, but it's Farewell to You if you chose A Farewell to Arms, unfortunately. Great, long before Gatsby, it's Uncle Tom's Cabin. That was the first one, and that was a completely savage question right there. Bacon sausage savage. 6,374 of you are still with us. Written in 1852, Harriet Beecher Stowe's novel barely touched the shelves, selling over 1.5 million copies in its first year alone. Very impressive. Q5. The Halle Orchestra is based in which city? Marseille, Madrid, Manchester. Which city would you find the Halle Orchestra? Where is it based? There's a European accent on the E, but is it French or is it Spanish? They sound continental, but they're actually based in Manchester, believe it or not. Manchester for the win. And that was kind of savage too. That was kind of savage here on Q5. Back to back savages. 1,919 of you composing a nice win for yourselves there. Founded by and named after their original conductor, they've been serving classical music to Mancunian ears ever since 1858. Q6, which of these dramas originally aired on British television first? The Royal, Doctors, Holby City, which aired first? Which of these TV shows? They all take place within the NHS, but which one had their name called out first? Casualty's no less dramatic spin-off, Holby City, is your answer here on Q6. Holby City for the win. 1,110 of you bring in the drama. Holby City first aired in 1999, while we had to wait till 2000 to ironically watch Doctors in doctors' waiting rooms. Q7, who was British Prime Minister when the summit of Everest was first conquered? Harold Macmillan, Winston Churchill, Anthony Eden. Macmillan, Churchill, or Eden, who was PM at the time. Everest comes in at just under 9 kilometers tall, preferring to fight them on the beaches. Then at that kind of altitude is Winston Churchill. He was PM at the time. Oh, that was quite savage. We're going to go with savage once again here on Q7. Just 248 players left. We lost about 1,000 if you're there. Edmund Hillary and Sherpa Tenzing Norgay reached the summit in 1953, halfway through Churchill's second go at PMing. Q8, which of these football clubs has Sam Allardyce not managed? Sunderland, Newcastle, Middlesbrough. Sam Allardyce has not managed. Which of these football clubs? 3 Northeast rivals, but whose fans have no reason to go easy on Big Sam. Riverside's Roaring Reds. It's Middlesbrough. That's the team we're talking about here. 212 of you are roaring on to the next round. Currently with Everton, Allardyce managed Newcastle in 2007, Sunderland in 2015 and 2016, and England for all of 1 match. That was it. Q9, which of these animals is not fit for human consumption? Blue-ringed octopus, silkworm, tarantula. Blue-ringed octopus, silkworm, or tarantula, not edible? Well, I'm not really hungry anymore, thanks, but even Oliver wouldn't ask for more of this beastie. Lethally poisonous when eaten by humans. It's the blue-ringed octopus. They all sound pretty disgusting, though. 92 of you got that one correct, running rings around the rest of them. Tarantulas and their furry legs may turn our stomachs, but they're regarded as a delicacy in Cambodia. Yuck. Moving on quickly to Q10. What was the final destination of the first French Concorde commercial flight? Rio de Janeiro, New York, Bahrain. The final destination of that first French Concorde flight. If you're flying faster than the speed of sound, you want to land somewhere that's up to speed. Brazil's banging ex-capital, Rio de Janeiro, was the destination. And 18 of you are going places. 18 of you going places, taking off at the exact same time the first British Concorde flew to Bahrain. New Yorkers had to wait until 77 for their turn. Q11, the penultimate round. Which of these actors was not a former gym teacher? Hugh Jackman, Vin Diesel, Sylvester Stallone. Not a former PE or gym teacher. They say those who can't teach, but I bet they wouldn't say that to any of these jack dudes. More likely to teach you about street racing than track racing. It is Mr. Vin Diesel himself. Was not a gym teacher. Three players are revving their engines. Keep up the pace, guys, because we're racing on to the last round with just 3 players still standing tall in the game. £550 sterling up for grabs right now. Who is going to take it home? A critic's comment about a Donatello sculpture created the name of which art movement? Fauvism, the Blue Rider, Post-Raphaelite. Fauvism, the Blue Rider, or Post-Raphaelite? French art critic Vaucel pointed the statue out among the abstract color paintings in an exhibition, exclaiming, "Donatello among the wild beasts." Well, those wild beasts happily took the name for themselves. French for feral fauna. Fauvism for the win here on Q12. And we have 3 winners, my lovelies. What an absolutely incredible game from around 40,000 players to just 3 winners. Well done. You are taking home £183 and 33p. We've got Antique, we've got Graham, Asriel, and we've got Pensioner. 183.34. Not bad at all. What are you going to do with that cash? You could get yourself some of that tasty tarantula. I heard it's really good fried. Maybe buy a bunch of trees for that extra oxygen. Maybe they'll put out that hip hop album finally. So much you can do with that cash. Another fantastic game, HQT Pies. You came, you stayed, and oh my, you slayed. As always, hit me up on Twitter and Instagram. Let me know how you got on and request your shout outs for tonight. Also follow us at HQ Trivia UK for more off-screen action and fun. All right, it's time to get myself some hot cross buns now, but join me back inside your screen at 9 p.m. tonight for another shot at 550 quid. Until then, winners, enjoy your earnings. Players, enjoy your learnings. See you in a few. Bye.